Good morning, beloveds. Welcome to Starwalker Tarot. My name is Mona, and thank you for joining me in my morning ritual. Let's just take a moment to arrive, taking a deep inhale together. Pause, and a longer exhale. Pause. Inhale through the nose. Pause. Exhale. Pause. On your own, take a moment to drop into your body. And entering that sacred space of the present moment. You could gently look around, taking in your immediate area, just being grateful. And let's see what the cards have to share. Infinite Spirit, thank you for bringing us here today, right here, right now. Myself and whoever else is here with us throughout time and space. Show us whatever messages of love and light we need to know right here, right now, for our highest and best. Thank you for the clear sign and messages. And so it is. So, let's see. We're going to start with a 3-card spread. We have the 9 of Cups, happiness, 6 of Wands, victory, and the Knight of Wands. So, let's start with the right here, right now, the 6 of victory. So, you may be on a journey of expansion through one of your passions, a side of your identity that hopefully contributes to the collective, the greater good. And we see a web of staffs. So perhaps you may be on a journey of finding like-minded people, or you already have a network of people that want to aid you, support you on your journey. Reverse may indicate that you don't know exactly how to leverage that just yet. And be mindful about how you direct your energy moment to moment. That will be the future, because you want to keep your mind's eye on your vision, your end goal. So, based on a clear understanding of yourself, 9 of Cups, happiness, a lasting type of fulfillment. 9 is a number of completion. we have a lot of Jupiter energy here in the Nine of Cups, Jupiter in Pisces, and Jupiter in Leo. So you might have gotten your expansiveness, your growing abundance, operating from your core principle, from your emotive body. We've had a full moon yesterday, and things might have come up in your consciousness, but also in your waking world, that you're starting to realize that when you clarify your internal values, that informs the vision you have for the future. And as much as we practice being present, sometimes it is difficult not to think about the future. And once you slip into fear-based thinking, future-oriented thinking, and lack survivor mindset, or we go on autopilot based off our conditioned nature, that might not direct you in the direction you want to go. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands reversed. We are going through a Venus retrograde right now, and you might want to revisit something in the past that's oriented towards how we direct our will and our energy. It's interesting, the Knight of Wands, it wants to move forward, but when it's upright, the way forward is actually backwards by revisiting something, resolving something in the past. There might be a transition that goes from our emotive body, Pisces, to our Leo body, our expressiveness in the world, how we manifest things in the world, how we organize and move things towards our goals in the world. Sometimes when we go backwards, it's not a negative thing. You have to free up space and make sure that your energies are aligned to, again, the end in mind. Some people do practices of imagining their funeral. Not to get morbid, but we're all gonna go at one point. Or sometimes there's more extreme experiences of actually laying in a coffin, or you get to the altar, and once it's till death do us part, you have very real realizations. So when your nose is up against the wall, you have to decide, am I going to recognize that it's the wall, or am I going to still be in my own fantasy world, or avoidance, procrastination, or not living your life aligned to your values in the way that you want to? Or are you going to realize I'm facing the wrong direction, and actually if I just turn around, there is much more space, breath to navigate and actualize my dreams? And believing in your dreams, believing in yourself. Now, the Nine of Cups, that comes from deep reflection of knowing who you are and honoring who you are, honoring your needs, not abandoning yourself to an exterior factor or a person, but knowing what brings you true fulfillment and lasting contentment. So you've gotten in tune with this knowledge, self-knowledge about yourself. And some of you may be out there who perhaps did not or is not used to encouragement, or how important encouragement is from our tribe, yet again, to fight and work towards our dreams. When we meet failure, temporary obstacles, I'll reframe that. So what is your relationship to your will, your consistency? We've been on a theme of discipline, those micro actions daily that contribute to longevity, long-term gains. I'm flipping the Knight of Wands back and forth. It's going this way, this way, this way, that way. And if you're wishy-washy, or you decide on something, rescind it, and what if this happens and I'm not sure what to go, so I might try it out, you end up not making any moves. And one thing that I've been learning in my journey is that you could think about things all you want, you could dream all you want, but unless you test that with the friction of reality through dialoguing that creative force in the material world, it's very difficult to get reflections, learnings. Sometimes it's good to fail fast. And there's that energy of surrender, letting go. And balancing victory between, on one hand, we have this expansive energy, but no matter how much you expand, you have to make room to receive from your tribe, receive support, receive feedback. And perhaps this journey that you're on, you're realizing that you can't do it alone. It's going to require people. So in order to move forward, to have your life aligned truer to your values, your needs, deep feeling of peace and contentment, think about what is the give and take between you and others, you and the collective. It can't be an all give situation, because that's not healthy. Also, the shift in colors is very beautiful. Jupiterian energy with the fire signs. And again, to me, it's like the depth of your subconscious. Once you become aware of that, the deep desires of your heart, your authentic soul wanting to speak out, it's starting to come out. Change is inside out, not outside in. Think about an egg, when the chicken, the egg. When the transformation happens from the chick breaking out of the shell, out of barriers, limiting beliefs, it becomes born, comes into existence. But when the egg is cracked from the outside in, it can cause serious damage for the life of the chick. So, if you're struggling in or having a road bump, make sure you're revisiting your vision for the future consistently, daily, monthly. Today is the 1st of, oh, it's the 1st of August? Alexa, what's the date?
It's Wednesday, August 2nd.
Okay, it's August 2nd, beginning of the month. What is your vision? You could start with the funeral exercise if you want, or do the end of the year. By the end of the year, by the end of my life, what is it that I want other people to say, or if I wrote my own obituary, what would I be really proud of and give me really deep contentment, so I'm not wasting time here. On one hand, we practice being present because that's all that there is, and in that infinitude present in the moment, that is present in linear time, third dimensional. Our bodies has a beginning and an end. It grows and it falls away back into cosmic energy, the law of conservation. So within that, the spectrum of that polarity, infinite presence and limited time, you want to exercise consciousness in how you spend your time and energy. And do things with yourself. Take yourself out. Do something new. Remember what it's like to just have pleasure yourself. Doesn't have to cost money. It doesn't have to be extravagant. It can be as simple as going for a walk when the weather is nice and cool still in the day, when it's quiet. So you could just spend time with yourself. You could see the cloud formations for the day. Probably a permutation that will never exist again in the canvas of the heavens. Now, let us pull a Mayan oracle card. One more thing. Here we have the phoenix on the staff, and there needs to be a transformation, a burning away. And the phoenix, in cyclical nature, there is a rebirth, and sometimes you have to catalyze yourself to, when you let go of an ego identity, you go through a grieving process, and sometimes you're down in the slumps, or you shoot into a depression or dejection momentarily, and sometimes you yourself, through your awareness, through your consciousness, has to catalyze yourself, that sulfuric energy. Wake yourself up. Nobody can wake you up out of your own slumber, your own laziness, or your own, I mean, no judgment. You see yourself as you are. I have moments that I'm lazy and I'm like, okay, I need to stop binge watching Netflix and get my ass out of bed and do shit. You could call that self-parenting, or not wanting to waste this life because it's limited and you don't have time to be anything less than your authentic self. You will go through moments of fear and courage, back and forth, and start building your tribe. Start finding supports to help you. Organic balance. 6 energy. Organic balance emerges from who you are in all dimensions. The stars too have roots, qualities, receptivity, ability to respond, dynamic equilibrium, roots in many dimensions, fluidity. So remember, collective consciousness is going away from discrete thinking, mechanistic thinking, and we're realizing that things are in a spectrum, like gender fluidity and or superstring theory. All the dimensions, one interpretation, are actually connected. When you're going through challenges in life, don't think of it less as like a sledgehammer that like messed you up, but more as this is a tide that's current right now. I'm riding the wave. I busted my chops and the tide will ebb and I'm going to have to ride the waves with equilibrium. 6 is the ray of organic balance, the dynamic equilibrium of the foundation of self combined with the one point of unity. Organic balance is an active process, not static or fixed state. Drawing this card indicates that wherever you have become static or fixed, be willing to look at balance with the larger picture in mind. Balance is rooted in the totality of who you are. Let your receptive roots run deep, grounding your ability to respond in this world. Bring your essence self into your present expression. Aliveness is derived from essence. You are the unity that creates organic balance. You are free to choose, respond, give, and receive. 6 asks you to respond to life with love, to bring heaven to earth through your embodiment of the 6-pointed star. Embody the divine light in your human form. As you are infused with the vibration of heaven, heaven is brought to earth. As you journey homeward, earth is brought to heaven. Thus is created organic balance, heaven and earth in symbiotic union. This message wraps things up beautifully. So, I hope you got a message that serves you in your journey, gives you strength, and perhaps turn your mind's eye 1 degree so that you're more aligned with your heart's desires to manifest that Jupiter energy in this world. Don't forget, please like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, and check out my new website, Starwalker Tarot. You could check out our booking options and sign up for a reading if that resonates with you.